me strong, you're making me stand. Shot like a rocket up into the sky, nothing can stop me tonight. You make me feel invincible, earthquake powerful, just like a tidal wave. You make me brave, you're my titanium.
Don't you wanna learn to deal with fear? Don't you wanna take the wheel and steer? Don't you wait another minute here? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
Guys, well, I don't know, I'm hoping that you liked that song that I played at the start there. It was by a group called Skillet called Feel Invincible, and I think it was quite an apt one, because I think for a lot of people, especially in their younger years of lifting, they do end up feeling quite invincible, and it gives you that sense of power, that sense of strength, that sense of invincibility, you know. For me, it's not so much these days, guys. You know, I've been lifting now for nearly, it's almost 30 years now. 30 years of lifting heavy. And when I say heavy, I mean heavy for me, you know, because you've got to understand, heavy weights is relative to the person. It's relative to how strong they are, how much the joints can take, how much the ligaments can take, you know, any injuries the person has, all that type of stuff, you know. And you can see there's a good bunch of guys having a bit of a laugh there and a bit of a dance on. Yeah, you know, all those things have to be taken into account, age even. Yeah, so it is heavy for me. It might not be heavy for most, but it's heavy for me. Yeah, and it's literally, it's taken its toll after all these years. You know, I really do sort of feel it now. And for me, you know, I train 7 days a week. Yeah, 7 days per week I train. Now that's a 6th day of actually weight training, where I train all body parts twice a week, and the 7th day, or any day that I can fit it in, is what's called an active rest day. Now, that active rest day technically is actually called me I hate fucking cardio day. I mean, it's just, that's the day that I do an hour's worth of cardio, whatever it is. It's normally steady state cardio, because it is an active rest day and I don't want to tax the body too much. I want to give it a chance to recuperate. Yeah. Now most of you will have heard of these different types of splits, the bro split, the push-pull leg split, and all that type of stuff. Now I don't know what you would class the split that I do is called. I class it as the Lex split, because I learned it from a guy called Lex Griffin, and it's what I got most of the ideas from for my style of training. And it's a strange format, because I actually perform less exercises per body part than most do. You know, most people train roughly on average, what, say 4 to 5 exercises at least per body part. I train 2. Yeah, I train 2 per body part, which means I actually don't hold anything back unconsciously, because I don't care what you say. If you know you've got 4 or 5 exercises to do per body part, you are going to hold something back on the first couple of exercises, because you know you've still got another 3 to go. You know, and unconsciously you hold back, whereas I don't. You know, because I know I've only got 2 exercises to do, and I've got to put everything I've got into those 2 exercises to get the best out of it. So that's what I do. You know, I put everything into it. I can hit them hard during those 5 sets that I perform. You know, which is all I perform. I perform 5 sets of this stuff. Maybe the first 2 sets will be like, sort of late to warm us up to get us into what I'm going to do. Then hopefully I can find the target thingy straight away and go, right, that's it now, I can bang it for 3 sets of hard all out. Yeah, and I do that, and I also do it as in like a 3-week cycle. Yeah, you can see the different splits I'm doing. Yeah, these are what I would generally do every week. Like you'll see come up on the screen and the thing. The exercises change from week to week, but what I do is I do them in a 3-week cycle. So week 1, say what you're seeing here would be my heavy week. Week 2 would be a light week to allow those muscles that have fatigued and the joints that are fatigued to heal a little bit, but also hit the different twitch fibers. You know, doing it the way I do it, I hit the different twitch fibers, because the second week is called a contraction week, where I put all my effort into squeezing hard with those muscles, really keeping the style as much as possible throughout it, because then I know it'll carry on to when I do my heavy week, where I'll try my best to keep the style for as many reps as I possibly can in perfect style. Yeah, and that's what it allows us to do by having a contraction week before my heavy week. Plus it also warms us up towards the idea that I'm going to go heavy. Yeah, and I really do enjoy that thing. And then of course, after I've done a heavy week, I go on to a light week, which gives us the chance then for recuperation, for me joints to have a chance to thingy, because they all really hit hard on these heavy weeks, you know. So it's a great way. I hit all the different muscle fibers that way. I get a damn good pump on my light weeks, and I can really forcefully work on keeping myself very strict on the contraction week, which then carries on into the following week, you know, which works out absolutely perfect. Yeah, and it's vitally important, you know, it is vitally important, guys, that you do have that chance for your joints to recuperate. Yeah. If you need days off, then great, take days off. But you've got to look after those joints, especially as you start to get older, guys, because I really am affected by it now. Yeah, they do absolutely frigging go ballistic with me on my heavy weeks. Yeah, you can see I give it the best I possibly can on every exercise that I do, knowing I've only got 2 exercises to do before I'm done. Yeah, and I'll move on to the next exercise. Yeah, and I'll do 2 main exercises per day, with, if I get the chance, if I've got the time, I'll throw in a 3rd exercise or something else, you know, like a subsidiary group. Like I'll do me abs, or like you saw before, I've done a bit of cardio work, I've done the battle ropes because I had the time to do them, you know, and I thought, well, I fancy doing that in order to stimulate us in a different way. I very rarely train calves, guys. I very rarely train calves because my calves are, I was genetically gifted with them. I'm not trying to be clever out there, but I was. My father had big calves, and I've been genetically blessed with big calves, so I very rarely train them. But I do like to train me abs. I will high in other things that I need to. Maybe I'm doing me traps now and again as a standalone one. Sometimes I'll high in something like the rack pulls as a standalone exercise, just to really hit hard and finish off something else I was doing. And that's how I like to do it, guys. It works for me. Yeah. I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of a talk that I've given you. I've really enjoyed discussing a little bit of it. If you've got any questions, then please don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. Like the video, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys.
Bad wolf, the big bad wolf.